motivation, but I think what happened to me was failure. I blew my knee out. The Dolphins had me at, they wanted to put me at tight end, and I was 165 because I ran track professionally. And they put me on this program to build my neck, shoulders up, and all that stuff. And then we get out there right before tryouts, and I blow my knee out. Totally destroyed my knee. So here I go, almost like thinking, I hate that we are trying to tie in with each other because it's just organic. But when Danny said that he, had track, then had the computer animation, and he just, said, I'm gonna stick with this. What happens is I was just trying to chase what? I really was trying to chase fame, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Because why would I, in the middle of being a professional track athlete, getting ready for the 2004 Olympics, decide to try for the Dolphins, and I never played football. I never played football, and when we met, because I used to work out with some of the players, and when we met with the team, they said, you should play as fast as you're over. I said, man, no, because I'm not that kind of guy. You hit me, I'm taking my helmet off and I'm hitting you. They were like, no, we need that. But anyway, I ended up blowing my knee out trying to chase something else. So what was I doing? I wasn't locked into anything. If you get what I'm saying, I was just using my athletic ability. And I went through depression. That's kind of why I got into mental health, because when you get bred to be an athlete all your life, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work, it's like, you go back to Kansas City where I'm from, and they're like, what happened? We supposed to see you on TV. And what's really interesting is I was snapped out of depression by a young kid. When I came out here, I was, since I was an ex-pro athlete, I used to train a lot of kids on Disney sets. Because in California, you have to have like 1 hour physical fitness through 8 hours of shooting. So a lot of my friends had kids on sets, so I trained That's So Raven, I trained all those kids, and one day we go to a basketball game, the Lakers, and they had seen me play with a couple of dudes that was on the team at this gym. And we're sitting there in the middle of the game, and I'm like dreaming, I should have been out there. This one kid just leaned up to me and said, hey Chris, why you not out there? You better than that dude right there. I saw you dunk on it. And that, I'm not gonna lie to you, that snapped me out. That snapped me out of depression. Because it was like, wow, you're right, I could be. But guess what? That wasn't my calling. And so then I backed off of that. I got started following a personal relationship with God, and then to some of my answer and be done with it. 1 Peter 4:10, we've all been given gifts. We're supposed to use those gifts daily, administering God's grace and faithfulness to serve others. With Danny, we played golf. But I promise you, I've played golf with this dude, and I could have just got off the phone with a patient that is dealing with so much mental trauma. And then this dude would say something funny as all get out. I'm like, that's his freaking gift. Like, he didn't know that I was like dealing with the stress of a patient, and he just say something crazy out of nowhere. And I'm like, God, that's freaking funny. Like, that's his gift. Like, he can make anybody laugh. That's a gift. That's not a study. That's not a science. It's just a gift he has. And so I started to look at my gifts when I did blow my knee out. I was always A's and B's, honor roll. Even when I was in trouble for always talking or being bigger than the teacher and telling them, or what. And he told me, or what? You're a star basketball player and I'm bigger than you, or what? I gotta do this. I was one of those guys. And I realized that, man, my gift has always been academia. It's always been like, I don't learn like everybody else, if you get what I'm saying. Like, they had this lecture, they have all these mock years for a person that doesn't learn like a regular person. But what I ended up realizing is college doesn't teach you how to learn. College gives you the data and you have to figure out how to learn it. And that's what we realized. We have a misunderstanding about college. And when I saw that, I said, from here on out, I don't want to take nobody else for granted academically. I don't care where you came from. I don't care what your ACT or SAT was. I don't care what grades you got. Anybody can learn. I mean, for God's sake, I got a double doctorate from 28 to 36. So it's not like it's hard, but you just have to find a way to learn. So my determination goes with that scripture. And also, lastly, when I was playing sports, I didn't need an alarm clock. I was just ready to get up. But then when I found my actual calling, I didn't need an alarm clock. I'm ready to get up. Whatever my calling calls for, if I write, like Doc maybe at 4 o'clock, if I write or do something, or a lot of my patients play in overseas, so Dubai, because I didn't say this, but I can say I'm not a secret therapist anymore. I'm the therapist on the Kevin Hart Show now, and that's the first time I ever introduced myself. I've been a secret Hollywood therapist for 15 years. Because I'm an ex-athlete, then when I got into neuroscience and all that, I started having my athlete and actor friends, they needed help every now and then. And then I worked at black sites in Malibu. A lot of people don't know about those sites. Those sites, the black sites in Malibu are where kings and queens send their kids. Presidents, they send their kids. It's a place where you go get detox, mental health, or any addiction stuff. But they're in the hills of Malibu Canyon, the mountains over there. And you have to get like several levels of security clearance to work there. So when I started doing lectures there, I got that security clearance. Well, I got smart. I went ahead and turned that security clearance into an NDA that can protect some of my people away from NBA teams, production houses, and things like that want to get their mental health data because they're about to give them millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. So I became a secret celebrity therapist. I've been there for 15 years and nobody knew until one of my patients, I can say he's my patient because he said it on the radio, Naeem Lynn.
He outed you? I didn't know Naeem.
Well, what's funny about Naeem is that, not that, we need to go to Freak. He has great stories. My stuff's boring. But I've helped a lot. I'll be honest with you. I've helped a lot of people. I've been in the midnight hours. I've been one of those guys that I'm from the streets, so I'm a 10 toes down guy. So I naturally acquiesce to some people, and they know I'm very protective. And Naeem just happens to be one of those patients. None of my patients really have done it. Actually, the only way you get to me is if you know somebody. Okay? Don't advertise that. You got to know somebody. And then they gotta call me. But with Naeem, he asked me one day, he's like, yo man, I need you to do the show. And I had helped him out with something tremendous. Okay, I can't say that, but I helped him out with something very tremendous in his life. And he said, you gotta do the show. I was like, nope. I said, I don't like people. He said, no man, you gotta do the show. I said, man, listen man, I still like to smack people in their mouth. No, I shouldn't have said this on your
Listen, we'll edit that out.
So we cut the camera? Okay.
I'm from the streets. I just don't like if you disrespect me, I should be able to smack you, right? But guess what? When you get fame,
They want you. They want you to say
they come there, you go, reputation.
Yeah.
And so I said, nah, man, I like my anonymity, I'm good. He was like, all right, man, one day. And then I promise you, it was like one day I got caught off guard. He said, yo, I need you at the studio in 20 minutes. For what? I said, I need you on the show. I'm like, all right, man, I show up. He introduces me as his therapist. That was one of the most interesting things. Now, we on Sirius XM, Channel 96, and millions of listeners, and he says, I needed to bring him on because he's my therapist, and I need people to meet him. And then kind of like, but after he did that, it was so many actors and athletes that came out like, yo, we work with God too. We work with, so now I'm not secret anymore. But I say that to say this, man. The passion just rolled over to now. I don't need an alarm clock to wake up and help somebody with their life. Not to mention the mental health. All of us have what we need in us to get through whatever we're going through. It's just sometimes it's okay to talk through it with somebody.
Yeah. Philippe.
Yeah.
Different question. So, what is your self-care routine? How do you take care of your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, or social needs? So you can pick one of them and tell us what you do to kind of keep balance.
Wow. Actually, I do a lot
Okay.
for that. It's hard to stay on this handsome and good looking without that, you know. I'm coming after you, Danny, in the same. No, you know, I mean, when you touched on earlier about how you lost your weight and stuff like that, it's very important for me, you know, to give the Lord His time, and I do that with a lot of meditation. I do that with a lot of my mother, to be honest with you, is in me. And my mother, you know, was a Christian woman who, you know, was an educator as well. She